Hello, it's the Desolator. Welcome back. In today's episode, I add some more redstone to the bamboo farm. I set up 3 farms using one single clock. I set up a bee farm for honey bottles and beeswax. And I finally get going on the house. Let's get started on Desolate the Air, episode number 8. I'm in the bamboo farm and I'm going to add some new redstone. Currently we have the observers which trigger the pistons to break the bamboo and then it falls into the hoppers. Sometimes the bamboo falls on the dirt. So we're going to set up a system for that. And I've also put in dispensers that we can fill with bone meal to make the bamboo grow so we can have it faster. And when it grows, it triggers again and it does all the work. Now what we do is we come out and we have this line of redstone dust from the observers, which makes the pistons go off. Now we're going to trail the redstone down here to this repeater, which is going to power this block. Now we put in 2 hoppers. We put a powered rail here, which is powered currently by this lever. Then we put the regular rail, and we have our hopper minecart. Now I have a button here to send the minecart if I find that bamboo's just sitting on the inside of the farm. And it makes just the cart go. But whenever the observers trigger, that also makes the cart go. Then we come around this way, and I set up a fast clock using 2 observers. This lever here extends the observer here out to touch this one, and then that will power a redstone line, this one here, which will go to these 3 repeaters, which will set off our dispensers. If I flip the switch here, then it goes really fast. It triggers the dispensers, which makes the bamboo grow. Shut that off. And here I have a ladder to get up so that I can put the bone meal in the 3 dispensers. And then that is the last of the redstone required to make this farm complete. We're going to do a little bit of redstone and make 2 farms using the same basic clock. Now the clock works on 2 repeaters facing opposite directions with redstone dust. I set them to 4 ticks. If I flick that switch, the clock goes around and around. We do that and it breaks it. You can reset it. If we take this away. Now the lever is going to go on this block here, which goes to a redstone trail, comes around to this block with a torch on it. And when I flip the lever, the torch will go off, and it will allow the circuit to work. The circuit's going to be like that. So this piston will fire when that torch goes off. It'll push this block in place and the clock will run like this. Now the bone meal's going. You don't lose bone meal unless it's actually going to grow something. You don't have to worry about that. Now I've also got a second circuit here going up to another dispenser, and we'll steal some of the bone meal out of it. This other one's getting kind of low from my test work. And now there's a rooted dirt there. There's glow icon here. You have to keep the glow icon on either the face or the block in front. We can take any of these. We can take the rooted dirt. And if I flip the switch, the rooted dirt grows and the lichen grows, but it stops It has nowhere else to go unless you break it off. And if you wait, then you get 2 there instead of 1. Or you can break this block. Then we can wall everything up so that you don't see anything. And it'll still work. And there we have glow lichen and rooted dirt. Additionally, we can grow ferns with the same setup. We just put it there, and this dispenser does not have any extra redstone. It's powered when the one below it that triggers the rooted dirt goes off. So if we turn this on, that becomes a double tall fern, and we break it and we get 2 ferns. And you can do that for as many small ferns as you want. Now I'm going to show you how to make a honey bottle and honeycomb farm. The design of the redstone I picked up from a video by Iscal85. Let's get started. It's time to set up a bee farm. And it's going to start with these 2 bees right here. Now we have 3 dispensers. And we'll put 2 bees' hives. This is a bee nest. And they need flowers. And we'll put bottles in one of the dispensers and shears in the other 2. Now the bottles will get honey bottles, which will make honey blocks. And the shears will get honeycombs, which can make honey blocks, but more importantly can also wax copper. Now that our bees have gone inside, we can come into the back area here. There's going to be a comparator that comes out of these blocks. And that one's got a light on because behind this block is the bee nest. Then we put blocks here. And it's going to be redstone comes all the way down to here. So we have all this as redstone. And when the bee nest or the beehive is triggered by the comparator, which also has this dust, then it'll try and trigger the dispenser. If there's no honey yet, then the dispenser won't do anything. The next step of our bee farm involves this minecart track, which is underneath the grass blocks that the flowers are on. When the dispensers are triggered, they will spit out the bottle or the honeycomb, which we then have to pick up with a minecart. And this circuit here makes the cart stop on this block to unload. What we do is we put a torch in here, put a redstone dust there. Now, all the time that there's nothing on the track, this comparator shows that the hopper is empty, so this rail stays live. Now when we put the minecart on it, and it comes up and it has items in it, then this comparator will turn off the torch, which will affect that. And then this rail will unpower, and the cart will sit there until the hopper is empty again. Now underneath, I have torches. And you have to watch it when you're putting these tracks down, because they will want to connect however they think they should connect. You sometimes have to fiddle with it. So I'm going to put that cart down, and it's just going to go back and forth until it picks up something. And let's see if we can make it do that. And I put the glass in here. And I broke the redstone so that it wouldn't keep spitting out items that would despawn on me. Okay, now something happened there. We look. All the hives and nests are empty. We come down here. Our cart's going about its business, and it's picked up items. Now what we can do is, just to show the cart stopping, I can throw these on the track, and then we can watch the minecart stop. And see, it sits there because it's unpowered. And that's how that works. Okay, I think it's about time I started working on my house. I've got these spruce logs set up, and these grass blocks, because we're going to build things a little bit differently. Run dirt along here. Make sure I don't get sidetracked by grass. Okay. We're going to come along here. Okay. I'm going to run that to there. I'll run this along here. Not that one. Okay. Oops. What I'm going to do is I'm going to plant saplings all along here. Ooh, in a hole. I have torches so that I don't have to fill these in, and nothing will spawn in there. And I keep falling in the hole. That's alright. Now, I have this slab up here, and I'm going to have to add more slabs to it. Slabs all along, over top of these saplings, so that they don't grow into the big oak trees. Hopefully I won't get too many growing in the time it takes me to put these slabs down. Oh, there we go. I'm going to put it along this row. So basically we're going to grow the first floor of our house. Hopefully we don't get any, hopefully I don't damage the azalea tree. Okay. Just in the time it took me to go get the bone meal, some of these trees have already grown. Sometimes they're resistant. They will grow side by side. Birch will also grow like this. And I think also small spruce will grow like this. I'm not so sure about the big spruce. And I know that jungle trees have their own rules. We'll try along the side here. We're just doing this to speed things up as much as we can. You can do this from the inside too. Seem to be losing our daylight, which means we should stop. They won't grow if it's getting dark or if it is dark. They'll come back as soon as I've slept. I'm only going to use until the end of this stack of bone meal, and then I'll let them grow naturally. In the meantime, I can start breaking the leaves so I can get more saplings and finish off the back of the house. I think this is both it's definitely more efficient, but I think it's also more fun to grow my house rather than build it. I have to grow all these trees, chop them all down, and then just put them back up again. Especially since I intend to use a lot of logs that are stripped. Okay, none of the trees grew tall enough, so I've leveled them up to the same Y level, and now we're going to add one more log on top of each. Now it turns out that this is not the proper design for the house. It's meant to be mostly planks. However, some of these logs are going to be stripped logs, so I'm just going to put them in place. And then I will strip other ones, and I will turn some, and then we'll have to add some wood blocks to some places. So I've stripped some of the logs. I've taken some of the logs and turned them vertically and stripped them. And I've punched out holes where I intend to put wood blocks so that the texture of the log isn't apparent next to windows or the stairs that I'm going to put above and below the windows. I also have the front door cut out and more blocks stripped on the back and sides. We're going to put these in wherever the holes are. And that'll be nice and smooth so that everything looks nice when the windows are complete. There'll have to be one here. I'm trying to put most of them sideways because it makes it slightly different than the rest. And as I've said, the logs are going to be replaced with planks because that was how I intended it to be. But that sort of got lost when I was growing the walls. That should be it. And here's what the front of our house looks like with the stairs and the windows in. And these stripped wood interact with either a window or a stair so that we don't have the open log texture. I've set out some spruce logs against the walls. These are supports for the house. And then I have some more spruce logs which are going to define where our porch area is. And we're going to have porch on two sides of the house, the front and the far one there. So we're just going to go along like this. And then I'll adjust the land after. Okay. Oh, forward. over there. So just come along this way. 4 blocks. And I covered up certain spots here. There's stone where we don't really need anything important. Here we have our... Oh, that's not good. Okay. Here we have our dining room doors. A couple French doors going to be there. All the best stuff from Home and Garden Television. Right here in Minecraft. Just to show you, I stripped out planks where the log supports are. We can put stone in there or just torches so that nothing spawns. And we're saving blocks that way. You can see where I'm also saving blocks with dirt. Oh, did it again. We're going to make savings on materials inside the house as well. There's no real point in putting floor down and then covering it with a wall. Not exactly realistic home planning, but you have to do a little of both. Kind of like the Minecraft key to happiness. Balancing realism and unnecessary extra work. Okay. Now this should be fine to break. Here we have our porch. Oops. I'll fall down the hole. See what it looks like from the side. That's good. We're going to have detail underneath the porch as well as managing the terrain here. So we won't see all this dirt later on. So next we're going to deal with the floor in some spots here because I have different ideas for the different rooms. Okay, I'm ready to put in my floor now. We're going to do this room and this room here. These spruce planks are just so I have something to put the logs against. Now we're going to do a pattern like that. Put that one like that. The stone represents where the walls are going to be. Already we've got something not quite right. Easy enough to fix. Just put that there temporarily. Make that one go that way, and that one go that way, and that one go that way. You can see how this works. Okay. Oops. These don't have to be there anymore. Okay. Put them like this. Except, we do not need any here, because these walls are going to be double thick. So the inside the house has its interior walls, and the outside is different. And we take these out. Okay. Makes these go like this. Okay. Now this room over here is going to have a different floor, and it's going to come out into this space, but it's not in this space. It probably doesn't make a lot of sense right now. However, it should hopefully come together once we put in the other kind of floor. I'm going to take these out again. Okay, which means we're going to put that one there and that one there, because these are also double thick walls. Means we can do this here. How was that for luck? Now I come along and strip everything. Okay, that's that room taken care of. Alright. These are our fancy floors. That would be, well, it's rather large, but it's a parquet style. So that's that. We're going to put in the floor in this room here, and this color pattern is already telling you what this room is supposed to be. So it's a pattern of black and white. And let's try not to get everything out of order again. Oh, we do not need these again. We're skipping these two sides. Let's do the white. Alright. Oh, could have kept that. I obviously made extra, although it wasn't intentional. Okay. This row I'm standing in doesn't get any. It may have some actually later. There's that. Now, I figured why bother making it hard. Everywhere's gonna go. There we go. That's a better spread. I keep saying it, but the water rules are just so weird anymore. No wonder I keep dying to Enderman. Okay, and there's our kitchen floor. Well, that's all the time I have for today. I've had fun. If you've had some fun too, please click that like button. If you want to stay in touch here on YouTube, click the subscribe button. Then if you click the bell, you'll get notifications from YouTube when I release a new video. Also, if you want to get connected even more, you can join my Discord, which is in the link below. And also, I stream on Twitch with background work here on this world, and you can watch that too. Bye-bye. See you next time.